This week in America, we witnessed President Trump attempting to overturn and eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in the federal government and among federal hiring and contracting practices. It had a lot of people worried for good reason. As a business leader, you might be wondering what will happen around corporate initiatives related to DEI. Is DEI dead and over in 2025? It's not. Diversity, equity, and inclusion might take different forms and it might take a different name in the coming years, but it's as relevant as ever. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is about building an authentic culture in a workplace where people experience psychological safety. A Harvard Business Review study called The Neuroscience of Trust describes some of the benefits of psychological safety in the workplace. Some of these benefits include things like a 50% increase in productivity, a 76% increase in employee engagement. These factors have a very direct benefit to your organization's bottom line. Psychological safety also contributes to reduced turnover. And as a leader, you know that high turnover can have a very negative impact on your business environment. It's difficult to move forward with strategic plans if you're always hiring, training, and replacing people. You've got to have some continuity to build a strong workforce. You cannot build an authentic culture if it's only authentic for some. What commonly happens is that leaders in the workplace, the people with decision-making authority who are setting the stage and setting the standards, are the ones that most often experience psychological safety in the workplace. The less removed people are from a position of authority, the less likely they may feel psychologically safe if they are not working in a culture that values authenticity. It can be a blind spot for many leaders and managers. Studies have shown that as people move into leadership positions, they're less likely to hear negative feedback. They're more likely to be praised and affirmed for their work than being given the harder feedback that causes critical but important business decisions to take place, that creates the change necessary to build a high-performing, collaborative, high-caliber organization. Regardless of where you sit, America is becoming a more diverse country. By 2050, it is highly likely that America is going to be a majority-minority nation. It may happen sooner. That's the trajectory of the United States and has been for a while. Younger generations have also been much more exposed to diverse perspectives through social media, something that people growing up in the 80s and 90s didn't have. Professionals and leaders who are in their mid-40s and above today had the opportunity to experience only the world around them. And that perspective has expanded for so many people. For good or for bad, social media isn't entirely beneficial, but it brings a large awareness to issues happening around the world, other cultural perspectives, other lenses through which different cultures, different nations, different religions, and different races view important issues. As a result, people unlike what traditional historical white America has looked like are the people who are going to be your future customers, your future stakeholders, and likely your future elected officials. America's diversity being represented in your workforce does have benefits, and building the authenticity for people to feel safe within those environments will help your company move forward with its own strategic goals. Your younger employees, the people that you're bringing into your organization, are also more likely to want to work in a collaborative, inclusive workspace. That authentic culture really matters. Building an authentic culture, which includes what has been called for the last 4 years, diversity, equity, and inclusion, has 4 key benefits. One is that it brings more creativity to the table. There's a lot more perspectives, a lot more collaboration, a lot more input from various perspectives that can help build new things. It brings almost an interdisciplinary perspective to the work. It's the ability to bring together concepts from disparate places into something that's entirely new. It can help you stand out from competition. Building an inclusive culture can also help you avoid pitfalls and blind spots. There are lots of opportunities to do things incorrectly in a diverse country, and having people on your team who are aware of different cultural nuances, of different barriers and challenges that other cultures, other religions, other groups of people face can broaden perspective and help you avoid making mistakes as an organization. Similarly, it can also help you build effective solutions. Because you have different voices and different perspectives at the table, you're taking into account the reasons people aren't successful with your product or service, and you can create solutions that actually solve problems. And when your solutions actually solve problems, people want that solution. Finally, it can bring expanded vision. Having more perspectives can expand the vision of what's possible and can take your organization to places that it would not otherwise. Building a high-performing competitive culture is never over. It's never done. It's the nature of business. The key in 2025 to building a high-performing culture is to embrace authenticity, and that means diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. Thanks for watching. My name is Sarah Hope Marshall, founder of Profound Hope Industries. We work with mission-focused businesses and organizations to help them create change within their own contexts. Like and subscribe and follow along so we can continue making more content to help you meet your mission while becoming more profitable and productive.